What's up, guys? This is Mark from Arizona Tigers Mixed Martial Arts Academy, and today we're going to be talking about the anatomy of a street fight. First things first, get a really good solid stance, and first and foremost, base out right off the bat. We like to use our strongest weapons like a power push, and we drive them to either the wall or the floor. You want to get them to move backwards. Think like a freight train, and if you can charge faster forward than they can retreat, you should do so. If you're far from the wall, you could wedge out, see the wedge strike or the power push to drive them back. Start driving them back to pin them to something. And you're going to be using either your hammer fist, your right cross, or your elbow. And if you're right-handed, use your right hand. If you're not a trained fighter, you're going to use your arm and hand like a goddamn club. And you come in hard and fast. You're going to lead with speed and devour with power. Lead with the hurt and put them on the pain train. If they get savvy to your attacks, they're going to shield up or find a way to slow or prevent your attack. You're going to switch your tactics from a high target area like their head to a low target area like their groin or midsection and just slam away with your knees until they figure that out again and then switch back to the dome and strike them over and over and over and repeatedly in the head. And here's the reason why. If you feel someone driving you backwards and your gravity's going backwards, subconsciously your mind goes into defensive mode. And your mind can either be in the aggressive mode or the defensive mode. It's one or the other. And you want to be the one doing the offending. Remember, you're either the attacker or the defender. There's not a whole lot of in between, unless you're a trained fighter. Even professional fighters, this happens. Watch cage fights. And the reason we feel confident going through that, training the way that we do, is because we have drills, like the monkey climbs the tree, and the shield defense system that we basically create a cage around our head, and we're able to maintain and make sure that our computer doesn't malfunction, that being the head. Because if you get clocked in the dome too hard, of course, that's lights out. But this is what allows us to move through the fire, just taking minimal shots, staying mostly safe. And when you can run somebody back in their backwards motion, they're going to be defensive. What happens when you get into a clinch? What happens if the guy just so happens to be a good wrestler? Well, that's when you're going to have little tricks like the judo toss and karate sweeps, and we're going to know angles of defense. We're going to know how to get the back because it's a more dominant, superior position. These are the things that we drill for. But if I had to give you a flavor, an anatomy of a street fight, it's to get them running back with your strongest strikes, period.